5:47 on your Thursday morning, and we have meteorologist Amy Metz with us this morning. We're so glad to have you here while Stone is taking a little much-needed break.
Yes, exactly.
Stayed warm considering these temperatures that we have.
Yeah, he has great weather to just stay inside and relax. I know that's not his plans all in all, but yeah, it's nice. It's relaxing out there for some of us.
Might get to go skiing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, now totals and lasting snow, that's going to be where we draw the line with the skiing, right? So maybe some of those drifts and hills will work, but for the most part, we can kind of get the idea of why that's not so much going to happen. Looking at Williston now, sometimes last night we were getting snow registering, but all the while, look at that. It looks like it turned into water. I did see this on the 10 p.m. while I was working, but now we have ice crystals here because you can see the little refractions and diffractions, all those little lines in there. So Williston at 27 degrees is going to be able to freeze over and get a little slick out there this morning. That will last until most of the day, probably about 10, 11 a.m. being pretty slick in that area. Anywhere that got a little coating of rain, to include parts of Minot, that will be the story. So a little further to the south, Garrison at 30 degrees, Bismarck 31. We're still a little bit warmer in the central part of the state, but that's going to be changing pretty soon. You know, this low pressure that's passing by us is going to drag down cold north wind as it just continues tracking east. So that will affect all of us tonight. Looking at these lows from central North Dakota off toward the west, they're pretty much the same. These are low to mid 20s for our forecast lows tonight. And then today, excuse me, my overnight times are a little backwards. So if we want to jump right back into this afternoon, then that's not changing much for the overnight hours. We're going to drop down about 10 degrees from today. This is going to stay very cold even through the day, about 40 degrees at most for Bismarck, and that's in the city. Rural areas do expect it a little cooler. And with that, some more snowfall. So that is going to happen sooner up toward Williston. We could very well be seeing a few more inches there, about 3 to 5 in this darker blue, whereas it will be much less off down toward the south. This is through Friday. Now into Saturday, things could get a little heavier near Devil's Lake, but by then that dry air won't be affecting the system as much. We can even see that now that the dry air is not reaching eastern North Dakota like it is right now into Bismarck. So we've had a stalling out of this weather system. This low pressure hasn't really moved in a while, but once it starts coming toward the east, that's when that snow that's over Montana now will begin tracking over North Dakota, mostly into Friday, a little Thursday overnight into Friday. So very light right now with the snowfall, not filling in too many areas, but off toward Jamestown, that's a little bit thicker, maybe getting into Steele in the next couple of hours here. But for the most part, Bismarck should be staying dry for the morning hours. Afternoon gets cloudier and cloudier. By tonight, that's when we start to see that snow falling after sunset through the night. Pretty light, but some accumulations will probably be out there in the mornings on Friday. Don't expect it to last long, but we see all these visibilities going down into the danger zone a little bit. Here and there we'll have some patchy, thick fog, mostly around the sunrise, sunset times, right after you get a little bit of snow or rain. So I'm still going to go check this and weigh in the new results here. 71% of people did want to break that snow record. So in Dickinson, you will be seeing a chance for that today, tonight, but by Friday things get out of the picture. 33 degrees for tomorrow's high in Dickinson, whereas it's just 34 for Friday in Williston. We're going to stay very cool in the 30s for the most part this next few days. The wind chills in the morning even colder, so Friday morning, Saturday morning, wind chills in the teens, but by Sunday that's when that sunshine will start to warm us all back up and start to melt whatever snow is out there. Now don't expect a lot of this to stick around, you know, with the ground being as about 30s already, that is going to let things just melt instantly depending on where people are.
Your least favorite word is accumulating, right?
Exactly.
Right, exactly.
Did I say that too much?
No, me. It's my thing. I was at least no accumulation, right? I'm always vying for that.
Yeah, you and a lot of folks.
That's right. Amy, thank you very much.